You mentioned racing earlier. You touched on the long, rich history of racing with McLaren, going back to Bruce's days, obviously. Yeah. How important do you see the F1 and Indy racing activities to the growth and enhancement of the automotive brand? How does it help fuel that?
I think it's super important, and I would do even more in the future together with Zach on this part, because I think it's not only marketing-wise very important, it's very important also for us to understand what we can do as technology transfer from racing to automotive and from automotive to racing. I think this is a big opportunity for us.
Does McLaren have to compete in Formula One, IndyCar, or other motorsports as part of its brand ethos, as part of who it is?
Yeah, I think so. I'm straightly convinced. And it helps us to profit as a brand from the successes we have in this racing. And I think it's also a cultural thing. Working in racing gives you a certain pace of work, gives you a certain, it's never enough, never give up, always think about the next thing, and culture-wise it's also very important.
There seems to be a need, at least among general consumer car makers, to have vehicles with electric propulsion look like a science project. Is that true for supercar makers?
No, I don't think so. I think especially in supercars we have to be very focused on the driving and what is the requirement of the customer and the driver. And I think if you do it too fancy to demonstrate only the technology, I think it's the wrong way. I think you have to be really focused on driving and what the customer and the pilot wants. And I think this is one of the reasons why I personally think that the battery technologies are very strong and growing, in normal cars and less in supercars. Mm. Because if you commute, it's easy, and maybe battery cars are already sometimes the better solution. But on a supercar, for me, the technology is not mature right now. And it will take some time to have the battery technology to give the customer not the same, but a comparable experience driving the car. And I think this is important. Supercars are emotional products. We sell not only a car, we sell an experience, an emotional experience, and you can't give up that. Otherwise, people won't pay so much money for that dream, and it has to be a dream.
Yeah, you sell a dream, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We should never forget that. So it's not a rational thing. Yeah. It's something. Look at their Solus. I mean, the Solus GT is a car nobody needs, maybe. Okay.
Right. But everybody wants.
But everybody wants it because it's so emotional. It's so extreme. It's so particular.